Yeah, I mean, look, the one thing that it points out is that the Democratic Party is much more united than the Republican Party. Nancy Pelosi was probably the best lion tamer that ever existed in the House of Representatives, and she was pretty blunt. You either vote progressive the way I want you to vote, or you're not going to get any money for your primary and election campaigns every 2 years. And so the moderate Democratic wing just dissolved, and they all vote the same way. So every single Democrat voted for Jeffries today as Speaker of the House. It wasn't one dissent, nothing. So in a theoretical way, you have to say the Republican Party is a healthier situation, right? They have people who disagree within the party. They're not lockstep afraid of what might happen to them if they go against the orthodoxy. On the other side of it, you made the point that the optics for the Republican Party are it's a party that's not under control. There's no real leader, and that's true. And this vote in the House is all a reaction to this insane omnibus bill that was passed on Christmas vacation, that if you look at it, is one of the biggest scams on the American taxpayer I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, there are literally tens of billions of dollars wasted on stuff that isn't going to help anybody in that bill. Yet, who was the big guy on the Republican side? It was Mitch McConnell. And that carries over to McCarthy. McCarthy and McConnell are intertwined in the minds of conservatives. And that's why McCarthy is having such a hard time.
You make a great point about Nancy Pelosi ruling with an iron fist, because she had an equally thin majority as Speaker and kept it and didn't have any problems. You make a great point about Hakeem Jeffries now being able to keep Democrats in lockstep line. Has Hakeem Jeffries gotten the scrutiny that he needs to by the media if he's going to be elected as a House Minority Leader and obviously being voted on for Speaker?
Wait a minute, Leland, are you really asking me if the media is going to scrutinize
No,
Mr.
I wasn't asking. I was actually just teeing you up.
The media is now part of the Democratic Party. They're allied, okay? They're together. They're soul brothers and sisters, Leland. You're never going to get the scrutiny on the Democratic Party that you do on the Republicans from the corporate media. It's never going to happen. So they don't have to worry about that. I mean, Jeffries is a guy, I've known him for decades. He's not a leader. He's a party apparatchik. He's not Pelosi, that's for sure. He's not ferocious, okay? But he'll go do what the consensus of the Democratic Party wants him to do. And everybody else will just gonna follow along. But, in the midterms, that philosophy, as odious as I think it is, because I'd like everybody to vote their conscience, all right, led to the Democrats doing much better in the midterms because they were all in lockstep. Hey, Joe Biden's the greatest president in the world. Yeah, that's right.
Were they
Even
really
though he doesn't solve any problem, we love him.
To be fair, hold on. To be fair, though, it seems as though they were in lockstep that they didn't like Republicans because Republicans represented Trump and Trump was a threat to democracy, and that was their unifying message. Out of this, does Congressman Good make a reasonable point that out of this is going to come a stronger Republican Party, that the purifying fire that Republicans are going to go through? Yeah, it's messy. But at the end of this, if they get somebody like a Jim Jordan as Speaker, who's actually willing to fight in a way that Kevin McCarthy has never shown that he's willing to do, isn't that a better result, as uncomfortable as it is?
I don't know, and I don't care. I'm not a party guy. I'm a registered independent.
So what's better?
I don't know what these pinheads are doing on either side. If I were a Republican congressman, I would probably give McCarthy a chance, because Jordan and the other conservatives, they understand that things have to change. The Republican Party, in order to succeed in the future, has got to stop this progressive madness. So you would assume that McCarthy understands that as well. So I would probably give the guy a chance rather than blowing up the whole party.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.